Well, we're back in the shop today. Today we're going to play around with a Texas Star 1200 hot plate. And when I first took it out of the box, right down here, this connection right here, right there, was not soldered down. So that means it was only operating on this half of the amplifier. So now that we soldered down that other connection, we're seeing about 700 and about 310 bird, or average power. This is the thing that's kind of scary. We're on the 955. So that's way high. Now as I stand here and I look at this, I can't help but notice there's a bunch of little mods that have taken place inside this thing. Like these little tiny electrolytics which don't have enough capacitance to actually do really anything for you whatsoever. Remember when I used to do this kind of stuff? I'm going to pull these out, get rid of these completely. They don't even need to be in the box. They're not hurting anything. I'm just going to take them out. We're going to replace the positive wire leads, but the primary thing is that this and this and this and this are the wrong value capacitors. Now, the turns in the transformers have stayed the same. Now, I think that there might, from what I understand, have been told to me on the phone, that there was a ham guy that was in this thing, and I think he was trying to make her work for another frequency. Let's not tell anybody that. We'll keep that as our little secret. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and put it back the way it should be, to run where it should. The output caps are right, but they're not metal clad. What I mean by the output caps on the output transformer here. They're metal clad, they're the right value, but they are a little bit small, but I think we'll be okay. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to change these caps. We're going to take those thousands out and put 330s in their spot, and we'll see what that does. Now with us tuning the circuit to the part, making the circuit more resonant to the part, we should watch our input reflect drop and our output power will go up quite a bit, I think. And then we're going to come along and we're going to untangle this mess and do my thing to it. It's all right. It's a preliminary video. Let's do some work. Do work. Well, here we are at the end of our little adventure. So, I went to cbtricks.com and went up and looked and seen what the actual capacitance value was for everything and put it back to stock. Apparently it wants 1200 puff worth of capacitance on the input and 1000 on the output. So I changed and I added 200 puff to each one of the input transformers. The output combiner network needed 75 puff worth of capacitance, so I had a metal mylar 75 puff and I put it there. And I went and upgraded the power wire and changed that out. This is little dinky stuff in comparison. So there's no need to do much bigger than that. Now remember, this is a Texas Star 1200, right? So you're going to see about 800, 900 watts with a 90 watt radio. And then when we hit it over here with the Connex, we'll see about 1100 out of it. 1000 to 1100 out of it pretty reliably. We're going to get about 400 bird out of it when we get it fully driven up. But remember, this does need about 130, 140 watts worth of peak power to get to its full potential. So, on 14 volts, we're going to replicate our test. We're going to use the 955 up front. 1000 watt slug and peak, 1000 watt slug and average, 5 watt slug and reverse. Those two are linked together. They're both units of measure. One is in average and the other one's in PEP. This one directly correlates with that one directly correlates with that. Okay, 955, 5 watt slug and reverse. And if you can remember, we had about 3.5, 4 watts worth of input reflect, and it is much better now. So, shut the amp off, show that we're still putting out the same amount of drive. Hello, audio, about 90 watts. Hello, audio. Picked up about 150 watts by doing these mods and just getting the input tune right. Hello, audio, about 300 bird. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. About 3/4 of a watt of reflect coming back. which works out to be about a 1.2, 1.1 on the input tune. Scooching cool, right? Right. Audio. Okay. Turn it off. Audio. 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 A little bit more bird into it. So about 120 watts of peak power. Audio. 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 Get about 400 bird out of it. And let's see, Connex 4400. Audio. So with that extra 35 watts of drive, we see another 200 plus watts out of the box. Now, I'm going to flip it up to the 2x position, and it's going to show us about 11 and some change. Remember that 1200 rating is in a PEP rating. Okay, it's not bird, it's peak envelope power. It's like a Sweet 16 is rated in peak envelope power, 350 is rated in peak envelope power, the 250 and the 667, those are all peak envelope power numbers. Okay, it's now full deflection of the meter when it's over there at the end of the scale. That'd be 2000 watts. So right there in the middle, between the 40 and the 60, is that hash mark. We've all been over this 100,000 times. That's 1,000 watts. Hello, audio. Hello. Hello. According to that, stretched all the way out with 120 watts of drive, we're getting about 1,100 watts. Which is far better than the 650 or 600 that we were getting when this thing came in here. Gentlemen, that's it. This guy doesn't want to sink a ton of money into it. He just wanted it to work right. He wanted his input tune to be low enough that it wouldn't fry his radio. We got that done. He didn't want to hot rod it and turn it into a Lamborghini Maserati. Now, he does want me to go on the search. And I am going to go on the search. I'm going to call my guys and all my different distributors and see if I can find a fan kit for this thing. They are becoming unobtainium. The long 4-fan kit with the stand-up legs, and yeah, they're pretty hard to find anymore. I snagged one up about 3 months ago, and I was told it was the last one they had, and they weren't going to be able to find anymore. So I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to go find out. But as far as the testing on this box goes, we're good. We put a little bit more drive into it, you'll get a little bit more power, and you'll hit that 1200 watt mark. But it is what it is. Gentlemen, my name is BBI. Without a shadow of a doubt, I am the biggest mud duck in Idaho. Come check me out, www.bbiamps.com. Come find me on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram.